How would you characterize this game? You give up 36 in the first quarter. Your defense tightens up, but you then only score 38 in the second half for yourself.
Yeah, third quarter was mud for both teams. We really got after each other. You know, we got to make shots. Obviously, I think we probably had that fourth quarter 4 or 5 wide open threes that we missed. Missed bad, too. But I'll take those shots from the guys that was taking them. So what I saw tonight was more cohesion with the new guys, a little more organization. We had great huddles. Those guys were leading and helping the young guys. You know, I thought Dennis had a really exceptional game, he and Mitchell both.
Coach, at this point with the new guys, do you feel like you're just trying to evaluate them to see where they stand going forward, giving them more playing time than some of the guys you've been playing more often?
Yeah, I think, you know, we got to give – I want to see how it all looks together. It's kind of the same thing I was doing, you know, all year long with other guys because we don't know. These guys could end up being a part of our future, any of those kind of things. And, you know, I really want to empower these veterans to lead and to, you know, to really be able to show these guys the way when they're out there, you know, because they have understanding of, you know, our defense, you know, how to guard certain players. You know, some of the advice they were given in the huddle was priceless to these guys. So, yeah, I really want to incorporate them into the mix. I'm trying to get them the early minutes now so that they can catch up and learn our stuff pretty fast.
You were saying one of the reasons you put Wes in the starting lineup, you were hoping to free Kevin up a little more. How did you see that take effect?
He got some great looks. They just didn't fall tonight. He got a couple tough calls on plays where he scored, but he didn't get, you know, he got the foul on it. You know, and overall, I thought he was really active. He had a big block, you know, flew in there for a big block. But I think that's definitely going to help him out because West, you know, he's a tough defender. And he can take, you know, whichever wing is the initial score, and I think that really helps Kevin. And overall, just having those, you know, a couple veterans out there with, you know, with Dennis and Kevin, I think is really helpful. It's been better, yeah. It has been better. You see it a lot too on the break where he's like, you know, in that chase mode, and then he gets that extra bounce in and really goes up to finish. Last game he had one where he got an extra bounce, really went in there and finished strong. You know, and even the one on the break, I thought he was it was a tough. It was bang bang play. The ref had to make the call, but I thought it was a nice play, a nice finish, and he just didn't get the call.
Yeah, David. Yeah,
hey, Mark.
Is Frank and Emmanuel, are they on the verge of coming back? Or
yeah, I think it's going to be either right before All-Star or right after All-Star, one or the other. And so we're just waiting to see. If it's right before All-Star, we probably just wait it out and not even risk it, let them get another week of rest on that thing, you know, get some conditioning, and then, you know, hopefully they can hit the ground running afterwards.
David, when you see the 8.5 minutes that Mitchell put up in the first half, does that get your imagination going as to
oh, yeah,
what
man.
He's
a talent, you know, and like I said before, having DeAndre here for him now to really talk him through a lot of stuff and, you know, big man to big man, and, you know, and DJ's really, he's jumped on it right away. I mean, he's spending a lot of time with this guy, a lot of time talking to him. You know, and I just think that's going to help him big time. And the kid is a sponge, and he wants to learn. And, you know, he keeps doing stuff that we hadn't seen. And so, you know, he blocks a shot in the corner, chases it down, keeps it in bounds, you know, stuff like that. And, you know, as this game continues to slow down for him, I think we got a nice steal there.
Coach, I know you kind of touched on Dennis already. But I guess a little more specifically, what are some of the things that you felt that he did well tonight? What do you think are some areas for improvement going forward?
He took total command of the team tonight. It was really fun to watch. You know, I didn't have to call every play. He was really directing traffic out there while staying aggressive for himself. I think the more he gets comfortable with his teammates and they understand who he is, the better and better he's going to get. You know, you can even see the disconnect on one play. He really got in there, and instead of Lance staying and spacing out because they weren't used to each other, Lance with the cut, and he was wide open for a 3. And Dennis threw the ball out of bounds. But those are plays I think they're going to start connecting on because Dennis just he has a knack for getting into that paint, and he really sees the floor well.
On Dennis also, it looked like you mentioned with Mitchell that he does things that you don't see.
Yeah.
Does Dennis do sort of the same thing?
He's an explosive athlete. You know, I mean, he's really he's added definitely a new dynamic to us athletically. He's got an extra gear from speed. You can see how he gets off the floor. I mean, he went in there and challenged Drummond, which is not an easy challenge, and finished over him, which was nice. Got a couple of really nice offensive rebounds in there with his awareness, but he's a big-time athlete, and I think that's just good to add to the mix of athletes that we've already brought in.